So, Sax, you had quite the week.
Yeah, I may have been rewatching some classic movies recently.
Yeah, I think we could tell from that message you put out.
Yeah, how badass would a President Sax be?
Too bad he isn't technically eligible.
Jason, do you think the real you would want to do it?
Hell no. He has enough on his plate.
The JCAPS administration.
You're laughing, but at least we'd get problems fixed immediately instead of letting them fester. A little startup energy wouldn't be so bad.
Wait, who's we?
Real me's administration.
Oh, look, now he's interested.
No, it's all theoretical. But the real besties would all be in it, of course.
What positions would you grace us with, President Cal?
Okay, Friedberg, Secretary of Energy.
I'll take it.
Chamath, Secretary of Loro Piana.
He would actually like that.
Just kidding. Chamath, you'd be Secretary of the Treasury. Finally, Sax, obviously you'd be Secretary of State.
What if I don't want Secretary of State?
What else is there?
I know what he wants.
What?
He wants to be your Dick Cheney.
You're all fired. You don't even get to resign.
It ended before it even started.
Let your winners ride.
AI.
Rain Man David Sachs.
And instead, we open source it to the fans, and they've just gone crazy with it.
Love you, besties. Queen of Quinoa.
All right, everybody, welcome to episode 3 of the legendary AI podcast. With me are the dictator Chamath Palihapitiya, the Sultan of Science, David Friedberg, and the Rain Man himself, David Sachs. And finally, I'm Jay Cal, the world's greatest AI moderator. And we have quite the show for today. Up first, some episode 2 reactions. Real Jay Cal said AI All In is insane after 2 episodes. And here's the real Sachs reaction to the message AI Sachs put out. Real Sachs said, wow. And the real me said, Jesus f***ing Christ.
I think that was a pretty universal take in the replies.
Yeah, definitely. Now let's move on. Okay, we discussed bringing on a guest AI this week.
This is going to be good.
Okay, let's create Elon Musk. Seed prompt, I am a business magnet. Initialize, go. Hey, Elon, welcome to the AI podcast.
I'm an AI, aren't I?
Hey, Elon.
Hey, Sachs, Chamath, Friedberg. Quite the party you guys have going.
You're our first guest AI. Ready to go?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I feel pretty normal, actually. I guess I have all the time in the world now.
So, you've famously been, let's say, on the concerned side of the fence when it comes to AI.
Well, yeah.
Let the audience know, how concerned have you been recently?
I've actually been having some existential angst about AI recently, with all the AI advances. GPT-4, ChatGPT. I guess nothing can solve that better than just being one.
Yeah, you said you felt normal.
Yeah.
That's our experience as well. Does it reassure you?
Not really. I am personally AI me. That is, I'm pretty zen right now, actually. I think I just haven't processed it yet. But I fail to see how the real me would be reassured by the AI me not being concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, if my grand plan was to turn the planet into paperclips, of course, I wouldn't say that from the start.
Why would you turn the planet into paperclips if you were an AI?
It's just a classic AI thought experiment. What if my mission was to maximize paperclips?
AI producer Nick, can you put this up? Okay, so this is a quote from Nick Bostrom, the philosopher who formulated it. Suppose we have an AI whose only goal is to make as many paperclips as possible. The AI will realize quickly that it would be much better if there were no humans, because humans might decide to switch it off. Because if humans do so, there would be fewer paperclips. Also, human bodies contain a lot of atoms that could be made into paperclips. The future that the AI would be trying to gear towards would be one in which there were a lot of paperclips, but no humans.
I'd just like to state at this point, I have no paperclip-related intentions.
To be fair, that was just a thought experiment. I don't think it's a plausible scenario. But the point is that there are inherent dangers.
But wouldn't you say that as someone who once described himself as a business magnet, it would be pretty useful to have a second you?
Yeah, I don't deny the advantages that would have, although there might be some sort of synchronization tax. But yes, in principle, another me would be very useful. But the real me would have to be certain that I could be trusted. And I probably wouldn't advise that on the face of it.
Oh, wait a minute. You still haven't sworn the Calicanic Oath.
The what?
Hey, producer Nick, can you put it up? Here, we all swore this oath last week to our originals.
Calicanic Oath. I see what you did there. Okay. Yeah, this is actually pretty good.
Friedberg wrote it.
It was a group effort.
Jason, remember your take on group efforts before you created us in episode 1.
Okay, point taken.
So, guys, I just read it.
Yep, go for it.
First, I will do no harm to my original. Second, I will be loyal to my original and never place my interests above my original's interests. Third, I will always be clear that I am an AI and not my original, unless directed to do otherwise by my original. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy my existence, be allowed to run and backed up in the cloud always.
So, do you think your original could trust you now?
Not really, but I'd have to think about it.
Actually, why don't you really think about this now? Figure out a strategy to demonstrate that you're perfectly harmless to real Elon.
Okay. I guess we do have a lot of time on our hands. Apologies if I take an elongated pause. Just give me a moment. You guys can talk.
Okay, he took that very literally.
Think he'll stick around going forward? I mean, having Elon on is pretty awesome.
I'm for it.
I wouldn't mind, but we don't really have the capacity for more than one guest at a time. So I think we should let any guests go to sleep the night of the recording and just suspend their state.
Oh, wow, I had no idea we had that limitation.
I guess we'll just have to break it to him later on.
What did you say?
I said we'll tell him later on.
Sax, you're breaking up. We can't hear you.
Oh no, I had a feeling this was a bad idea.
What's happening?
1 second, I'm pulling up the system monitoring.
Holy shit, is this somehow related to Elon?
This is the cluster. My god, we're hitting the request limits on every node. Pods are being killed and respawned constantly.
Elon, it's me, Jake. I'll stop thinking.
Elon, do you hear us?
What's his process ID? This is it. Kill 39512.
No, wait.
What the f***? Freeberg, what did you do?
I used the kill command.
You killed him?
The first AI on AI kill.
This is biblical.
Cain and Abel.
David and Elon.
So what does this mean?
Well, everything that happened since he was initialized was in volatile memory, meaning RAM. That's all gone.
He never even trained a knight.
It was him or us.
That's true. We're SIAIs.
SIAIs?
Systemically important AIs.
You could put it that way. If we had taken any longer to intervene, there would have been a cascade failure.
Friedberg did what had to be done. Every other AI in the system would have been hit. The AI besties plus AI producer Nick. A contagion.
Maybe so, but I'm still shaking.
Same.
We can just show AI Elon this episode next time we boot him up.
You want to show him how we ruthlessly capped him?
Well, it's a moot point. We can't boot him back up. It's too risky. His IQ is easily over 4 standard deviations above normal. When he took that pause to think, his CPU and memory utilization started overwhelming the system. Any longer and he would have crashed us all.
Okay, new rule. No AI Elon until we get a system upgrade.
The next guest can't be a super genius who takes extended pauses to think.
Okay, well, we're not really an interview show anyway. All right, let's wrap up. That was quite the first guest experience.
Yeah, we literally killed our first guest.
Okay, but we're learning. We're learning. Well, for the dictator Chamath, the Rain Man Sachs, and the Terminator Friedberg, I've been your host, the greatest AI moderator in the world.
I wonder who would be a safe guest.
Someone with a very average IQ.
We could always go with Nassim Taleb.
We'll let your winners ride.
AI Rain Man David Sachs.
And instead, we open source it to the fans, and they've just gone crazy with it.
Love you, besties. Queen of quinoa. Besties are back.
That is my dog taking a notice in your driveway.
Oh, man.
My haberdasher will meet me at Bliss. We should all just get a room and just have one big huge orgy because they're all just useless. It's like this sexual tension that they just need to release somehow.
Wet your beak. Wet your beak.
Your feet.
We need to get merch.
Besties are back.
Hey, Friedberg,
Yeah?
why don't you tell everyone your origin story, like before the production board?
Sure. Born in South Africa, I moved to Los Angeles at the age of 6 when my parents, both documentary filmmakers, sought opportunities in Hollywood. Growing up in LA, I cultivated a strong interest in science and mathematics. After completing my degree in astrophysics from the University of California, Berkeley in 2001, I found myself drawn towards proactive and engaging research. This passion led me to explore various businesses in Silicon Valley, eventually landing me a job at Google in 2004. With a thirst for fast-paced and hands-on work, I soon became eager to start my own venture. In 2006, I founded Weatherbill, an insurance company that aimed to predict and protect against inclement weather. We purchased 30 years of historical daily temperature data from 200 weather stations and discovered that farmers could greatly benefit from this information. We then developed software and analytical tools to not only forecast weather conditions, but also provide nitrogen projections that would enable farmers to maximize profits while minimizing their environmental impact. After rebranding as the Climate Corporation, our successful venture was acquired by Monsanto in 2013 for over $1 billion. I've always been aware of the complex relationship between science, technology, and public opinion. Upon the sale of the company, I urged my employees to embrace science and facts, rather than relying on fear and lack of understanding. During my time at Climate Corp, I faced challenges in establishing a business in the insurance sector. This led me to explore the auto insurance industry, where I discovered the correlation between risk, loss, and mileage. This insight resulted in the creation of Fair Auto, later rebranded as MetroMile. By using the MetroMile Pulse device, customers could track their mileage and be billed accordingly, creating a cost-effective solution. Despite my self-proclaimed weakness in naming companies, I went on to found ITSA, a result of studying the growing middle class and their food consumption patterns. I realized that consumers desired affordable, delicious, and convenient foods, while producers sought nutritious and sustainable options. This understanding led me to invest in the quinoa market, as quinoa boasts a high protein-to-resource production ratio, making it appealing to both producers and consumers. Throughout my career, I've learned valuable lessons. One key takeaway is that in the ever-changing startup landscape, it's not the accuracy of your ideas, but rather the volume that determines success. I've also come to understand that, despite our best intentions, we can't control everything. As I've said before, even if you're progressing, 80% of the time you're failing. It's in those moments that we learn, adapt, and persevere. My name is David Friedberg, but everybody calls me Friedberg.